Hello students, I am your biology teacher Mrs. Sandhi Nanda. First of all, I want to show your biology book. Biology book is shown in the picture. The name of the book is Innovative Biology. The writer is Richa Joshi Pant and the publisher is Good Luck Publishers. Now, I want to show you the plan for biology classes. This is the plan. In week 1 we will study chapter 1 and from page number 1 to 6. In week 2 we will study page number 7 to 12 and exercises. Then there are some diagrams, that is diagram number 1.1, 1.2 AB, 1.4 and 1.7. These diagrams you have to draw in your notebook. Now we will start chapter number 1, Plant Life, the leaf. As we all know that plants bear fruits, leaves, stems, etc. Some plants are having fruits but some do not. Likewise, plants have different types of leaves, but all plants' leaves are having structural similarities. It means the shape of the leaves can be different but the functions are same. This means shapes, sizes of the leaves are different but the function is always same. And we all know that the function of the leaf is photosynthesis. For understanding the leaf, first of all, we study about the plant. As we all know, mostly plants grow from seed. So seed contains mainly two parts, that is radicle and plumule. The radicle grows into the root system while the plumule grows into the shoot system. Again I am telling you, radicle grows into root system and plumule grows into shoot system. So this root system contains root and shoot system consists of stem, branches, buds, leaves, flowers and fruits. It is clearly shown in the picture there are two systems. One is the root system and the another one is shoot system. The parts of these systems are shown in the picture. Root system consists of only roots and shoot system consists of many parts like stem, leaf, fruit, flower, bud, etc. Now we are coming on the next topic and on page number 2. The root. Topic is the root. First of all, I am telling you the function of the roots. First function of the root is to fix the plant firmly into the soil. It holds the plant into the soil tightly, and the second function of the roots are absorbing of the water and minerals for the growth of the plant. The third function of the roots are to give minerals and food to the plant. There are two types of root system. First is taproot system and second is fibrous root system. For understanding this concept, you can see the figure number 1.2. In it is clearly shown in taproot system one primary root is present. And from this primary root, many fine branches are elongates. This type of root system is called taproot system. Example of this kind of root systems are pea plant. Then second type is fibrous root system. In it, no primary root is present. Only fine branches are elongates out from the stem's base. This type of root system is called fibrous root system, and this type of roots are called cluster roots. I think it is clear to you. Then we are moving on to the next topic. The topic is the stem. As we all know, stem is very important for the plant because it holds the plant upright condition and it exposes the leaves to sunlight and air. The main function of the stem is to hold the plant in upright condition, and then it also transports all the foods and minerals absorbed by the roots to all the body parts of the plants. Next, we are moving on to the types of the stems. There are three types of stems. Soft stems. These stems are green in color. Generally, these stems are very soft and these can be easily cutted, like coriander and spinach. It means in Hindi dhania and palak. Then the hard stems cannot cut it easily, like rose plant. Then third one is the trunk. It is a thick, hard and strong stem that is covered with the bark. The bark protects the inner part of a tree. For example, mango tree. It cannot be easily cutted. Now we are moving on the difference between the root and the stem. It is very easy. What is the difference between root and stem? First of all, as we all know, roots grow under the ground and stem grows above the ground. The second is roots are non-green in color. As you all know, roots are brown in color, so they are non-green, and stems are sometimes green, sometimes it can be blue. In soft stems are green, but in trees it can be brown. The root does not bear all the vegetative parts like leaves, flowers and fruits. It is clear that roots are not having leaves, stems, any type of flower, but the stem always bears all the vegetative parts of the plant. The fourth point is the root tips are protected by the root caps. The shoot tips are protected by the apical buds. Now we are moving on to our main topic, that is the leaf. The leaf is the main part of the plant because it is the center of photosynthesis. Without leaves, photosynthesis is not possible and plants cannot make their own food for their growth. So first of all, we will study the main parts or the structure of the leaf. For better understanding, you can take one leaf from your garden and match this leaf with the diagram given in your book. So I am explaining this leaf structure. Just consider the diagram for better understanding. Diagram number 1.4. First part of the leaf is leaf base. It is the joining part of the stem and leaf. It is not mentioned in your book. This part is not mentioned in your book. By pencil I have written that part, leaf base. It is the main it is the joining part of the stem and leaf. Second part is the petiole. The middle part between the stem and leaf is called petiole. In some leaf this petiole is absent. Leaf is directly attached with the stem. The third is axillary bud. Sometimes it develops from the leaf base and it is capable of developing into a branch of shoot or flowers. The fourth part is the leaf blade. The whole area of the leaf is called leaf blade or lamina. Leaf blade or lamina. It is green in color, always green in color. Fifth part is leaf apex. The tip of the leaf is called leaf apex. Topmost portion is called leaf apex. Then the sixth part is leaf margin. The edges of leaf is called leaf margin. This leaf margin can be of different types in different types of leaf. For this you can show this diagram. There are some kind of leaves which are having different kind of leaf margin, or you can say leaf margin is the design of the leaf. Then the next part is the midrib. Just see in your picture, middle thick line is present. This middle thick line is called midrib, and branches comes out from this midrib is called veins. That is the eighth part of the leaf, veins. The vein of different leaves are different. This arrangement of veins in leaves are called leaf venation. So this is the structure of the leaves. You can study it again. The whole chapter study will help you to understand the concepts. So student, just read once again this chapter. In next video we will discuss the rest part of the chapter and exercises. Thank you.